So let's start. So this topic is voice. There are two types of voices, active and passive. Basically what we do here, the same sentence is spoken in two different ways. In the active voice, the subject comes first. Subject, what is the subject now? Subject is the doer of the activity. And the person who is doing the activity is the subject. Or an object that is spoken about is the subject. An object मतलब on which the work is being done, जिसके ऊपर काम हो रहा है, that is the object. Now, there are certain questions to identify subject and object. To identify the subject, the two questions are who and what. When you receive the answers to these two questions, for example, look at the first question. My sister wrote a beautiful poem. Who wrote a beautiful poem?
My sister.
Subject. Similarly, if the question is what, हमको start में answer मिल जाता है, that is the subject. For the object, the two questions are whom and what. Whom and what, we get the object. Okay. For example, my sister wrote a beautiful poem. Beautiful poem. What did my sister write?
Beautiful.
We have got the answer for what? This is the object. If at all you want to solve voice, active and passive, we should know how to identify subject and object. When the subject is in the front, subject is head, that is active voice. When the object is head, that is passive voice. Now, change the voice can be done for only three category of tenses, sub-tenses. Basically, there are four sub-tenses: simple tense, continuous या progressive tense, perfect tense, and perfect continuous tense. ये चार होते हैं, right? Perfect continuous tense का change the voice is impossible. सिर्फ simple, continuous and perfect का change the voice हम कर सकते हैं. जिसमें से we are going to learn now simple tense. Simple tense का change the voice कैसे करना है, and that too active to passive. If you understand this simple tense का active to passive, 80% of our work is done. Change the voice का some understanding. Now the most important step to be followed is the first one which I written in the red ink. Many students don't do this. I'll say almost 95% students don't do this. Because they don't do the first step, they don't follow the first step, their answer, even though sentence is correct but the answer is wrong. Now why? I will tell you. Anyway, the first step in solving active to passive voice is to identify the verb and tense. Here is the example. My sister wrote a beautiful poem. The first step is identify the verb. Which is the verb here?
Wrote.
Wrote is the verb. And what tense is wrote? Present tense or past tense? Wrote is past tense. As soon as you identify the tense, we should understand that the helping verb of past tense is going to come in the answer. There are two helping verbs of past tense. Was या were. Present tense के तीन होते हैं. Is, am and are. Present tense has three helping verbs. Is, am and are. B form. Past tense has two helping verbs. Was and were. Immediately when you know question past tense में है, we should understand हमारे answer में was या were आने वाला है. दोनों में से एक. Okay. Then obviously the next step is identify subject and object, which you have already done. Yeah? Who wrote a beautiful poem? My sister. Subject. What did my sister write? A beautiful poem. Object. That is the second step. Third step is subject and object will interchange their positions. Meaning the object will come ahead and the subject will go back. What is the object here? A beautiful poem. So our answer will begin like this. A beautiful poem. Now, fourth step, write correct helping verb. Now we have two helping verbs, was and were, because question is in past tense, right? So for one poem, the helping verb will be was a word. Was, right? A beautiful poem was, and then step number 5, write verb in V3 form. Now what is V3 form? Every verb has 3 forms, right? Maximum. Eat is the V1, ate V2, eaten V3. You have studied this in your lower grades. See, past tense of see is saw, and then seen. Similarly, write wrote, written. तो हमको बीच में लिखना है. A beautiful poem was written. Written, and then rule number 6 is right by, followed by the, no, this is not the verb, followed by the subject. What is the subject? My sister. Easy. A beautiful poem was written by my sister. So we are basically doing 6 steps, very simple steps. First step, but is the most important one, which is to identify the verb and tense. If you don't do this, maximum cases sentence is right but the answer is wrong. For example, the second one, the teacher explains every concept clearly. What is the first step? Identify the verb and tense. Which is the verb here?
Continuous.
Which is the verb here?
Explains.
Explains. Explains is present tense or past tense? Present tense. Now, as soon as you know present tense, we should understand our answer will not have was ever. This time our answer will not have was ever. This time it will be either is, ya am, ya are. Okay, rest everything is the same. What is the subject here? Subject is the teacher. For the object there are 2 questions, what या whom. Every concept clearly. ये बचा अपने पास, every concept clearly. If I ask the question what does the teacher explain?
Concept.
Every concept. When I ask the question what does my teacher explain, the answer is only every concept. To get the answer clearly, उसका question क्या होगा? Clearly के लिए? No. For clearly, what will be the question?
What does the teacher explain clearly?
Every concept, but I want the answer clearly. The question would be
How?
how. Wonderful. How does the teacher explain every concept? Clearly. So here the question is how. Is how an object? For the object, the only 2 questions is what या who. यहाँ पे क्या है? How. So this is not the object. But what about every concept? Every concept is an object क्योंकि उसका question तो what है ना? What does the teacher explain clearly? Every concept. So here the only object is every concept. Clearly is not the object. So when I want to take the object ahead, कौन सा पार्ट आगे आने वाला है? क्या सारा आएगा कि सिर्फ every concept आएगा?
Every concept.
Only every concept will come ahead. Every concept. Now we want the correct helping verb. We have 3 options: is, am, and are. Because question is in past tense. It is very important to follow the first step because remember, whatever tense the question is in, the answer will also be in the same tense, my dear children. If someone writes every concept was explained clearly by the teacher, sentence is right, answer is wrong. It is like operation is successful but the patient is dead. Wow. What is the use? Operation is successful. Where is the patient? वो उसका क्रियाक्रम के लिए देखे गए. So every concept, if you write was here, answer is wrong because the question is in present tense. My answer has to be in present tense. Now for concept, singular term, is, am, ya, are? Is. Every concept is, the V3 of explains is?
Explained.
Explained. Whatever is left, clearly. Now 6th number rule by the teacher. Understood? Easy? Better pause it. Yeah, we can just close it up. Yes.
Pause करना चाहिए.
The next tense now is continuous tense, right? Now, how do we know the sentence is continuous? The verb will have a ing form, right? Writing. Now, since the question is in continuous, the answer should also be in continuous. But we saw in the simple tense, the verb was written in V3 form. Is V3 form in ing form? हमने written लिखा था कि writing लिखा था when we saw simple tense. Written था ना, वो तो V3 है. But we want the verb in ing form. Since the question is continuous, तो answer भी continuous चाहिए. So we just add one thing, which is helping verb के साथ ing in the way of being. हमको बस being जोड़ देना है. The reason for adding being is because of this ing. The question is in continuous form. The answer should also be in continuous form, which means it should have a verb ing. इसीलिए हम ये being जोड़ रहे हैं. Everything is same. Okay, same rules, everything is same. So the object is a beautiful poem. The answer will obviously begin with a beautiful poem. A beautiful poem. अब tense कौन सा is writing है ना? Question is in present continuous, तो answer भी present continuous में होगा. So poem के लिए again what is going to come is a beautiful poem is now. Helping verb के बाद you have to put being. Is being, then verb should still be in V3 form. तो क्या आएगा? Is being written by my sister. Easy. Nothing extra, only being extra add one. Can you give me the answer for this one? The teacher was explaining every concept clearly. Every concept, very good, beta. Every concept. Now, was explaining is which tense? Past continuous, no? Correct. So, answer will also be in past continuous. So, every concept
Was being explained.
was
being explained.
yeah, was being. Because of this ing beta, we want this being. So basically, what are we doing? We are breaking down this ing into two parts. Because we know कि हमको V3 चाहिए, explaining का explained चाहिए हमको. But where do we put this ing? उसको हम कितना डालते हैं being के साथ. Every concept was being explained clearly by the teacher. Understood? चलो try this third question on your own. फटाफट. Yeah. चलो third question फटाफट बेटा. On your own. Pause it, dear.
Pause करा.
Try this on your own. Nature is teaching many life lessons to humans. बना चुके हैं.
ये बोला ना रिवाइव ये क्यों लिख रहे हैं यार?
Yes, who tried the answer? The answer will begin with. Where is the object?
Life lessons.
How many are there life lessons?
Many
Many life
life
lessons.
lessons are
Many
being taught.
life lessons. Lessons singular या plural? Plural. तो is आएगा कि are?
Are
Are. And teaching will break into being. Very good. Taught. Teach का V3 is taught to humans. And finally
by the nature.
by nature, which is our subject. So now we are going on to the third one. Moving to the third one, perfect tense. Now obviously everything is same. The one thing we change here is this being and helping verb. Rule number 4 only changes. Rest everything is same. Obviously perfect tense है, तो इसमें being तो आएगा नहीं. And since we are talking about perfect tense, तो उसमें तो had या had H form आता है. So in the place of helping verb, we will have the H form. I hope you will know what is H form. Right? Has, have, या had आता है. And then plus being. Just like in the continuous tense there was being ing, here we will have been being. Rest everything is the same. My sister has written a beautiful poem. A beautiful poem has is present perfect.
Has been
So answer will also be in present perfect. Yes, right answer. A beautiful poem has been. Already the verb is in V3, so same copy करना है. Has been written by my sister. Who can tell the second one? I had drawn an excellent masterpiece.
An
excellent, perfect. And क्योंकि object will come ahead ना बेटा, I से कैसे start होगा? Object will come ahead. An excellent masterpiece. The question is in present perfect या past perfect? Had is present perfect या past perfect? Past perfect. So answer will be क्या होगा? Had been already V3. Had been drawn by I becomes me. Not my beta. Me. I becomes me. है ना? He becomes him. She becomes her. We become us. ऐसा होता है. पक्का? Okay. So what is the answer for the third
तो
one?
अपनी handwriting
The snake has eaten all the eggs.
All the eggs.
अपनी handwriting में देखो।
All
All
the eggs.
have
No. Yes, wonderful. Have. Because snake is singular, तो has आया है. और the eggs are plural. Have. है ना? Present perfect ही है ये, but because it is eggs are plural, तो have आएगा. Have been eaten by the snake.